Hello everyone, my name is Mariela Caminero, and the topic that I choose for my peer-reviewed research is the attachment theory, which was proposed by John Dowey. According to Dowey, there are 4 types of attachment. Now, my question to you is it really about the child? The 4 types of attachments are secure, anxious avoidant, anxious ambivalent, and disorganized. The secure attachment is characterized by a positive response and a sensitive response. The attachment figure is defined for the child. The children's needs are met, and the affectivity in the security play an important role in the child's development. The positive response reinforces the child so he can play around and discover the world around him from a positive base. Then we have the anxious avoidant, in which the parent has an emotionally unavailable situation. The parent is not there. When the child needs him, the parent is not there, or the caretaker. The caretaker gives the child an intermittent response, and this is a stress situation. It's a stress relationship. The anxious ambivalent, here we have parent withdrawal. The children intensify his expression of feelings and needs. The parent withdrawal is confusing for the child, and it gives a contradictory behavior. The child develops a contradictory behavior. Then we have the disorganized attachment. Here the child is craving for affection. He is constantly frightened because the parent response is not there. The child usually breaks down and is incapable of developing feeling, controlling behavior, and dysregulation are characteristic of this one. Now I'm going to talk about the validity of my research. It is valid because Dowey sustains it from the theoretical perspective, and then Mary Ainsworth, proposing the strange situation, she proves it. Why? Because the Mary Ainsworth strange situation proposed that we place the child in an unknown environment and see how the child will respond, and then we can have we can say where the child is at, if he's secure, insecure, ambivalent, avoidant. This first was proposed for children between 0 to 24 months. Then it was adapted for children from 3 to 4 years old. The way the children act in an unfamiliar environment is the one that decides which type of attachment the child has. Also, the researches that I had, that I choose, the 5 peer reviews that I had, they are based in the information that they gathered from the parents and the children from different schools around the world. These researches are qualitative and quantitative. The qualitative one is primarily exploratory research. It is used to gain an understanding for underlying reasons, opinions, and motivation. It provides insights to the problems or helps to develop ideas or hypotheses for potential quantitative research. Quantitative research, on the other side, the data information is about quantities, that is, information that can be measured and written down with numbers. So the researchers that I have, they gather all of this information and they properly explain it and have the measurements and the numbers. So it is basically a well conducted research. The stress situation, as I was talking before, will define the type of attachment, and we can see if the child can interact with other children and with somebody else other than the parents. The dates. The dates that we have are Dowey proposed his theory in 1979, and Mary Ainsworth in 1978. Then the data that I have from the researchers is that they were done Some of them in poor communities, some of them are middle class communities. Some of them has single parents, some of them have traditional families, and some of them were like this. They were dismissed because they couldn't find all of the information, and the parents didn't respond. They signed for, they got all the consent signed for the parents, from the parents, and then many parents didn't show to the interviews, and those one was discharged. The basic mode that they used were interviews. The findings. What I found by doing this research and reading those 5 peer reviews was the following. First, it wasn't the medical field or the psychological field who proposed the question. It was the lawyers. Because in the court system, the idea was that only the mother was the proper attachment. The mother was the main and ideal attachment. But the lawyers proposed, what if the child is not really attached to the mother? What if the mother is not the ideal attachment? And then the theory, and then the investigators started investigating about this theory, and they decided to prove it. And they proved that the parent can be, the male parent, the man can be as positive and as strong attachment as the mother. And sometimes some toddlers prefer their parent's figure over the mother's figure. Something that I also found on the research is that the attachment, if broken by any circumstance, it can be reestablished. We just have to reopen the channels in which the parent and the child, or the caretaker and the child, usually can bond. Then, my questions are, it is about the child, or it should be focused on the parents? Are the traditions evolving, or is it still the same? Do we still have the same pattern? I think we don't, so I think we are missing some information about that. I think we have to get some research about how is the modern family dealing with the attachment theory. Also, a question that I have is it nature or nurture? Nobody has addressed that. Also, the peer rejection, how does that affect the parents? When there is a new child, and how does that affect the relationship between the child and the parent? Also, the attachment between grandparents and the child, being that many parents are being moved from the custody of their children, and then the grandfather takes the place of the grandparents. The 5 peer review articles that I chose were Ludolf P., and the name of the article is Answer and Unanswered Question in Attachment Theory with Implication for Children of Divorce, from the University of Michigan in 2009. Then the second one was Lee, B., and the others. That was in 2009, Children's Attachment and Relationship. And the question was, can attachment data be used in the child custody evaluations? This one was very good because they talk about how misused are the terms in the court. How do the person who goes and have the interview with the parent, they call the attachment secure, but they don't really know, like from an interview or 2 interviews with a parent, they cannot decide if this is secure or not. Also, it makes the question about their ability to be able to decide if it is not or if it is a secure attachment. Then we have the third one was Matthias and Scott in 2013. The observational attachment theory based parenting measure predict children's attachment narrative independently from the children. Now, my acknowledgements for this research that I have done, they goes to my husband Nicolas and to my son Abraham Carrasco. They helped me out. They've been dealing with me in my nerves and all of it's been like a 4-hour recording because I don't get choose the proper words, but I really appreciate their help into getting this project done, and also to the Mercy College writing department, because they helped me out to gather the information and then to present it properly in proper written English, because as you could tell, my first language is Spanish and it's really difficult for me to pronounce some words. I hope you find some enjoyment in my presentation, and that's it pretty much. Thank you so much.